Alex Jones, by the way, has called for a second American revolution led by states who would secede from the federal government and reconstitute the republic under the terms of the Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, and Constitution, and do this peacefully. Here's Alex now on Coast to Coast AM. Alex, this story went all over the country today.
Yes, sir, because people know that we're in deep trouble, and there's going to be major moves, and the globalists have put out plans years ago to actually try to break the country up down the road and then have it be absorbed into the North American Union. That's the plan for all the major nations of the world, is to break them up and then put them into larger mega unions under the private central banks. Instead, we had them off at the pass, and we use the power in the Declaration of Independence that when a government becomes destructive of our liberties and freedoms, it's our right and our duty to abolish it. We wrote an article at Infowars.com 2 months ago titled, "Banks Brag that they have conquered the United States and Europe," and we have more than 50 examples and video clips of the head of the EU, the head of the ECB, the heads of the Federal Reserve, all the top globalists bragging that they've conquered us with the 1.5 quadrillion in fraudulent derivatives they've created, that they're using to leverage and take everything over. They want to bankrupt things, so when everything implodes, they're the last people standing. This economic espionage, we're being conquered by this literally, and the federal government itself is nothing but special interests now that want to destroy our liberties and have a post-industrial world under what they call Agenda 21 of the United Nations. And so I'm saying, hey, don't start seceding as things implode to only be bankrupted and absorbed later into something even worse, like we see with the European Union right now by design. No, pull out to let the federal government know, hey, we know you've been hijacked and are illegitimate, and kind of have a re-upload of the Republic, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution. If we don't do that, this country has no future. And so I just myself wanted to just take the term secede that everyone is getting into, that is sweeping the country right now, and actually take control of that term and say, look, it's not the secession the media talks about, like the Civil War, to form a new country. This is the states using that clause to reestablish the government of their choice. Well, that's America. We kind of want to go back to the future. We want to. Here's the thing. The New World Order has taken over America. It has seceded from America. Washington has seceded from the Republic. We want to secede back to the Republic and kick the private Federal Reserve and the globalists out of this country. It's easier than people know. Iceland was able to defeat the globalists. A few other countries have done it. If we can identify what's happening, we have a future. If not, these globalists are totally ruthless, and there is no future for this country.
Alex, does this petition drive where people now from 50 states are signing these petitions, do they have any teeth?
Well, see, obviously they have those petitions at the White House, and you've got millions now. What is it, 1,300,000? All 50 states there, most states qualifying to have a White House response. It's more of a public protest vote, but it does it publicly so that people can actually see it. But no, the place to do this is not at the federal level now. It's at the state legislatures, and it's time for states to again start having meetings, to start meeting with other states, to meet with the different associations of legislatures and governors, and to basically band together against the rogue federal government to say, look, we know you've been taken over, and it's enough. It's basically an intervention. We probably won't even have to get to real secession. But if you get the majority of states to pull out and then not debate a new Bill of Rights or Constitution or Declaration, say, you know what, we're pulling out to reinstitute the Bill of Rights and Constitution. No more secret arrest. No more NSA spying on us without warrants. No more trillions in bailouts to foreign banks. No more being held hostage by the globalists. Because here's what's going to happen in closing. They are about to bring us to the fiscal cliff like they've done to Europe and say, oh my gosh, we can't cut benefits. We've got to have a new VAT. We've got to have a new national carbon tax. And that's going to be used to further bankrupt everybody and destroy the middle class and transfer that money offshore, because the ultra-rich are exempt from all of these taxes, and they're going to sell the giant mass of people on welfare and things that can't survive now in this globalist economy on raising taxes on what they believe are the rich so they can eat, when really it's a financial takeover. So the key is state nullification. It is the state standing up in different ways, while at the same time fighting at the federal level to expose what's happening. But it all comes down to documenting what's on record. We have been conquered. I mean, even CNBC admits global government has conquered America. We have been taken over. We are, quote, slaves to foreign central banks. That's the Kudlow Report, CNBC.
All right, Alex Jones' website, Infowars.com.